you. So we are thinking about exercises and ways to get deep tone circle action happening. And this is the kind of like script that you will want to just fit into your exam somewhere to prove to the examiners that you are good Suzuki teachers. As in well behaved as well as excellent.
Worked for me last year.
And all of your hard work also. Yes. So let's start with the big tone piece. Devin, what would you think that is?
Song of the Wind, or Twinkle, or Tonalization?
Song of the Wind, no. The main teaching point is not big tone. Tonalization or Twinkle I would accept. Or, sorry, Kit.
I was going to say tone triangle to make sure they know what they're doing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We need to think about that, but it's not a piece. What piece is the big tone piece?
Theme?
What?
No, never mind.
Clue. It's in book 2.
Judas Maccabeus.
Thank you. Judas Maccabeus. Let's start with that. So before we play, we're going to just make some big bow arm circles like this. You're thinking about going out in front of you. So let's just come to the heel. So we're all doing it together. Kit, you can do this in the air. Well done. So drop your elbow and then make the circle. Good. And come out a little bit further in front of you, Devin, so it's a bit more like when you're playing the violin. That's it. Okay, so this is definitely something that would be great to do in the exam. Like, even if it's just, okay, you're going to play me whatever they've asked you to play with the student. Just before we do that, let's do a Judas warm-up or a Twinkle warm-up and just do this beforehand. And just talk about heavy elbow, relaxed arm, elephant trunks or whatever you want to talk about, and then get them playing, and that will get you loads of brownie points.
Is it normal that my bow's kind of flying all over the place?
Yeah. But I mean, you just don't want them to practice doing it like that, because it's got nothing to do with it, rather than, yeah, mine is also all over the place. Okay, so Kit, what exercise would you do to increase the depth of tone circle action with a student?
Well, you could do a twinkle exercise.
Yes. What would you ask them to do? I'm just going to make you big.
Just like a big whoop, whoop. Kind of like that one.
Yeah, excellent. And if I'm your student, I know you're on Zoom, but if I was your student about to play, what would you do to encourage me to do the right thing?
You want a heavy elbow?
Yeah, so what would you literally do to me?
I would put your elbow down a bit.
Yeah, so either like touch my elbow like that, or put the hand underneath and say, can you make your elbow heavy into my hand? Yeah? Great, wonderful, very good. Devin?
Like an exercise?
Yeah.
Just open strings, trying to emphasize the like circle action.
Yeah, you don't have to explain to us because you've got your violin. I had to explain, but she doesn't, but let's just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And lead us.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, much better. Good. And can you tell me something that the students could look for to see if they're doing it right?
So like when you get to the middle of the bow, you really want to see your bow go almost to the hairs and
Yeah.
then sort of back out again.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that you're closing the gap is a helpful phrase. Yeah, that you want to close that gap, and you can practice doing that in different parts of the bow. Obviously, it doesn't work so much at the tip, but you can practice doing that. And you can practice doing it with the weight of the arm and also with the hand. So it's two separate things. Like you can do it like this, that's hand finger action. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want to do
What's
that.
happening when you're doing the finger action?
You're squeezing.
What? Everything.
The fingers down towards the thumb and the thumb up towards the fingers.
So is it like an accent?
Yeah. Like just what would happen if you wanted to make a big sound, you would have it in the hand as well as in the elbow. Or you can just have a relaxed arm, a relaxed hand, and practice doing it with the weight of the bow.
Would it be the same kind of finger squeezing as the cassette sonalization thing?
Yeah, great. All right, good.
I've noticed because the kids obviously have like quite tiny, flimsy little arms.
Some of them. Some of them don't.
Well,
Not thinking about anyone in particular.
There are some little ones. Like the arm weight is just really measly, so is that why we're doing more like hand squeeze?
Well, we want both, don't we?
The way I think I remember being taught level 2 for Judas was arm weight.
But if it's all arm weight, if you are holding your bow like as lightly as you can, the arm weight doesn't make any difference. You can't get it. You can't transfer it through, can you?
Yeah, I guess there's like.
You've got to. Dr. Suzuki said tight but flexible about the bow hand. You don't want it tight when it's quiet, but.
I think the weight of the arm without weight in the hand, is that possible?
Yeah, well,
Definitely, I don't feel like I'm doing a thumb squeeze most of the time.
I think it depends how much grip you want on the string, doesn't it? Like if you don't hold the bow tighter than nothing at all,
Yeah.
it's more to do with the quality of the violin you're playing. So just pushing and pulling, really. But it's about that. Catch the string, you know,
I feel
all of
like
this stuff
I feel
that we do.
I feel it
Like-
in here, yeah, but I'm feeling it just because there's weight. So there's more of a like I'm not actually squeezing any fingers. I'm just feeling the pressure of the bow again. Like there's more resistance between the bow and my fingers, but I'm not actually scrunching at all. And that's what I've been doing for Judas.
Try just adding a bit more finger squeeze as well as the weight. Less than that.
For me, it's putting an accent where I didn't.
Okay, go from nothing in your hand, just pulling and pushing. And now, what happens if you like turn the dial up on the fingers a tiny bit?
Then I get accent. Well, maybe there's.
But then you want to find a bit, like the first two I really liked, before you kept going and there was a crunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to try again? That's really deep sound.
Yeah, but then I'm hearing accents. So I feel like.
So
as
that's
soon
just
as-
about controlling exactly, like, responding to where you are in the bow.
I feel like as soon as I have any squeeze at the bottom, I get an accent at the bottom. Like that comes really easily. At the top, I've got. I can do a bit, and then it's just. I can do a bit, but at the bottom, it feels like. Yeah, any squeeze is like an accidental accent for me.
like how much arm weight you're holding.
Yeah.
I think once you're at the heel, you can be very light in the hand because you've got all the weight of the arm. Whereas if you then just pull, you lose it as the arm evens out.
Yeah.
Good. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because I remember I don't tend to use that much hand.
Yeah, because if you're really strong here with your hands, then there's just too much of everything.
Yeah, but in general, I think I don't play very much hand tension.
Yeah, I think that it would be good to try and, that bow hold is perfect now, but before I was noticing it was kind of coming together a bit and then you don't have that control. Okay, Joe, your exercises, please.
Okay, so we've done this action already.
Great.
So imagine that you're on a swing. You swing forward, you swing back. So we're going to swing forward, we're going to swing back. Now, keep your body still and still keep that movement in your hand. And now, imagine this elbow part here is your bum on the seat. So swing out, swing back. So we want to swing out and swing back. So listen for the tone for both directions.
I think the hardest thing is letting your elbow drop.
Mm-hmm.
That seems, for me, it was the hardest thing. So I would put my violin down and get the kids to kind of get into pairs and let someone catch their elbow. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can let go of your arm. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting it sleep.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. This is exactly what I was hoping someone would do.
More than that.
Can you see, Kit?
Relax. Let me have the whole weight of your arm.
And if they're having trouble
More.
letting go,
Why
if
that?
they're tiny, I do.
That is a lot.
No, it's not. You're holding
Their
it.
parents just lift up.
So you want to let go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so this is exactly the
So,
one I was going to
give
say.
me
We
your
could
arm.
then move
Yeah.
that onto.
I'm not going to do silly things with that.
Maybe come away from the tables a bit. That might be causing some sort of.
Yeah.
Much better, yeah. So this is the last one I was going to say. Is if you've got remember, if you've got a child who's trying to change something, it's much easier to change a really big version of it and then refine that than it is to make a change. Like if you're here ready to play and you're saying release your elbow, that's weird. It's tiny. For us, we can do it because we trained those muscles to be able to release exactly the right ones and not the other ones. But for a child, it's much easier to do so hold my arm and can you let go and do all the wiggling of it, no, I just, all of this stuff, so that they can practice releasing everything from the shoulder, in fact from the back, and then once you can get that happening, then you can refine it into, can you give your elbow to me or to mum or dad or whatever while you're playing, and then can you release that weight into the string.
Yeah. The thing that then becomes confusing is here they've completely let go, and so how do you only let go of this upper bit, basically?
Yeah, well that's why it's the refinement, isn't it? It's like this is the full thing,
Yeah.
and then they have to be able to be like, okay, so where are those upper arm muscles that make you not drop your bow, but can give you this.
So what I do next is I ask them to kind of put their hand on their shoulder,
Yeah.
and then do the same thing and let it sleep,
Oh yeah, nice.
because then you still have to have some hold here.
Yeah,
Not
very
full.
good. Yeah.
So I do that, and then I see if they can do it on the A string and let it sleep on the A string. Because also if you have different levels of
Yeah.
sleep, so can you do the A string and also let it sleep on the A string? And then you should feel it in your shoulder. And then D string, same thing. Can you let it go on the D string and G string?
Great.
And
Wonderful,
then-
Hannah, thank you.
I do get them to make a bow hold and let it sleep so that you can feel it on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And then the different strings can do it.
Excellent. Wonderful.
I also get them to
Thank
watch.
you.
Watch the string with their eyes. See if it's
Yeah.
going evenly, or if it's like rippling.
Mm.
Then you're aiming for it to be even,
Yeah.
and for it to catch at the beginning of each note,
Yeah.
rather than eventually catch.
Yeah. Good. So it would be great if you could all just do a one-page bullet point of these exercises that we've done, so that you can just look at that really frequently, unless you feel really confident that you know it all. Particularly level 2s, just write that up so that you can, stick it on the back of your bathroom door or whatever, and just look at it so that you really walk into the exam with I know exactly this is the steps we're going to go through. We're going to do this. If this happens, we're going to do that. So that you've just got that on hand, even if you don't use it in the exam. That's really a great idea. And while we're talking about assessments, you are researching child development for next week.
It's quite mega, isn't it? I don't know.
Very
About
broad,
1 to 3.
very broad.
Should I say that again?
There's an email about child development.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
oh
give
yeah,
you
yeah,
naught
yeah.
one.
Kit was not.
Oh, Kit was not. Anyway, yeah, very broad brush strokes. Watch a documentary and make some notes. Not hours and hours of research and peer-reviewed papers. Yeah? Everyone happy? Good. Excellent. We'll do a bow as soon as you're there with your violin. Excellent. Well done. Right. What's happening this afternoon? We've got people coming for lessons.
Hi, Kit.
Birdie and Hal, you're not going to teach. Joe's going to teach Hal, and Devon's going to teach Birdie. And we're doing private lessons at 2 o'clock. Okay. So, Kit, why don't you come back at 3 to watch the teaching?
Okay.
Our time. Yeah?
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Have a nice break.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.